Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Sandy Bay. Sandy Bay 19, we could call it. This was a pretty big map in 17, was it not? I think it was. So, right over here we've got our silage. I had originally planned on skipping ahead a couple days, and then coming back when this was fermented, pulling the cover off, throwing some silage and some hay bales into our food mixer, which we just bought, and making TMR for the cows. And then I remembered we don't need to do that. We can just give the cows what's called a maintenance diet, I learned. Thank you, Discord. We're going to keep the cows on a maintenance diet till spring. We don't need to worry about them being at maximum productivity because they're not making milk anyway. So we will sell that silage when it is fermented. But I did want to get a cover crop going in our canola fields. That is what the rig right over there is for. And we also brought in over 100,000 liters of canola. And that's what this rig is here for right now. I leased this. The MAN was like 6,000. The trailer was about $1,000. So about 7K we've got into this. But we'll make plenty selling canola. So, yeah, I think that's the general lay of the land. So we'll get this going. And then we'll come back up here and hop in the MAN. Probably going to be a shorter episode today. It's Friday. And I am ready for the weekend to start. Oh, am I? Oh, am I? Hey, before we go any further, let me swap this over to oilseed radish. So I don't forget when we get down to the field, and we will go from there. And what is Courseplay doing right now? Courseplay is good. Okay, here we go. What else is going on? Yeah, I did buy. Oh, there goes my voice. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I'm a real boy. 2 minutes and 7 seconds. We made it. It is definitely a Friday. We did buy a food mixer, and I did sell all of our wool. I think we got another 16,000 for it or something. Really not as much as I thought we would get from wool. We have been, I don't know. I'm glad we're not trying to make money on this map. I mean, I'm not opposed to making money on this map, but mostly we're just having fun. Right back there, there's our food mixer behind the fast track. I'm not opposed to making money. I want to have fun on this map. And 19 is different than 17. I really feel like it's a console game. It's a fun game. It's not necessarily an immersive game. There's our wool. You can see back through the doorway. That's gone except for one lonely pallet that I couldn't fit on the trailer. So yeah, we're making a little bit of money. The loan sits at $250, $275. I think we'll be all right. But you know what? Even if we don't make money on this map, I'm okay with that too, because mostly I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun on this map. Western Shore is our more immersive, more realistic, not quite role-playing, but yeah, you know what I mean. And this one is the one where we play with big kit and have some fun. And what else is going on? Yeah, I want to plant a cover crop. I thought about putting a winter crop in, but I decided not to because we're doing that on Western Shore. Again, let's mix it up a little bit. So we're just going to put in a cover crop, which we're not doing on Western Shore. And that will stabilize these fields until next spring. I got in a bad habit of prepping fields in the fall in previous profiles and save games on both 17 and 19. And I learned you don't want to do that. And the reason why is your fields will just naturally compact over the winter because there's not really a whole lot holding it together, and they get wet and they just kind of sag under their own weight. It's not quite like a hard pan thing. It's just not, So you're going to need to cultivate the soil and sort of fluff it up in the spring anyway. And if you put fertilizer on a field in the fall, it all leaches away by spring. So you want to prep your fields before you plant them, not 6 months prior. Right. This is field 2. Is it not? It is field 2. This is field 2. And if we go to here, we go here. This thing is fairly narrow, fairly long. So let's say 3 passes. Start working on lengths. We have no islands. The width is correct. Generate a course. Beautiful. And let's head over here. And it also, because we're going to prep in the spring, we can just drive right across this field and have no concerns about compaction at all. I really hope that's part of the game at some point. I know it never will be, but that'd be great if it was. And I don't even know what you would use to determine where compaction was occurring, maybe some type of radar, or in the same way that we have the screen that we can go to see whether a field has been plowed or whatever. Maybe we could look there and see if there were indications of compaction and give us an idea of whether or not we needed to subsoil or cultivate that field. Right, drive course at first waypoint. Speeds are good. Speeds are not good. Speeds are bad. Slow that down. Slow that down. Ridge markers, I'm not seeing them. Not sure what screen that would be on. That is there. Ridge markers. Ridge markers. No, not seeing it anywhere. Okay. All right, so we'll hop out here and we'll let this cycle just a few times to confirm that it is doing what we want it to do. And we are, let's just double check. This is oilseed radish. Is it not? It is. All right. And I did look into the crop rotation planner. And if we want to put alfalfa and soybeans in these, right, we got two fields. One will be alfalfa, one will be soybeans. So one is for the cows to eat and the other is for, sir? Sir? All right. And the other will be to sell for money. We can go with oilseed radish and that will work for both of those. I think we would want to plant grass if we were going to be putting canola in here. We wouldn't want to follow, because we had an oilseed, we would not want to have an oilseed cover crop and then even more oilseed. All right, that's different. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Course play just made a 180-degree turn with the implement down. I don't even know. I love course play. I do. I love it. All right, and now we've got a bit of a run over to the other field. The reason I drove out on the highway rather than cutting through the sheep meadow is because of the gates. And I would think that you would want to keep opening those gates to a minimum. Not keep opening those gates. I mean, you would not want to open those gates any more than you absolutely had to, because there's a possibility of your animals getting out. And I'm also curious about what do animals think of all the other things that happen on a farm. I know animals can be, in some ways, they can be kind of just numb, right? They really just don't care what's happening. They just, they look at you with the big whale eye. They don't care what's going on. And at the same time, I know animals can be kind of fragile. They have moods. They get stressed out. So I don't know that you would want to be driving great big equipment back and forth past your sheep any more than you have to. Or do they just not care? I'm curious about stuff like that. I'm very curious about agriculture since I started playing this sim. I do wonder. I do. Okay, so we will head up to our pipe and we'll get this loaded up. Man, I really need to remap. I find it very convenient to have my shuttle function on my left stick click. Very convenient. However, it is when you're loading and unloading from a pipe, or when you're loading or unloading, say putting fertilizer into an implement, something like that, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass because they overlap. And this pipe in particular is a problem because there's no place our trailer can be but under it when we need to reverse. So I really need to remap that key. I do have a workaround, and I'll show it to you when we get up here, but it's not the best workaround. It's a little hokey, and it definitely pulls you out of the immersion. Right. So we want to cut, I said. And we'll get back here. And we also had, I want to say, about 7,000 liters of canola already in the silo. I forget, anytime you start a save game, there's always a little bit of crop to sell. I don't know if that crop is there for money or if it's intended to be something that you use for animals. I noticed there are, on any map that I've ever been on, there are rarely potatoes available. So if you want to plant potatoes straight away, you have to buy seed. But that's a sort of a farm sim thing. Right, so if we click left stick in, it will give us our load menu. But it will not, 114,000 liters. So we'll start loading that, but it has not the load function. The load function overrode the shuttle function, so we're still in reverse. And even after this is done, if I click it, it'll just take us back to the load menu, and it will not allow me to use it as the shuttle. But I have a workaround. It's hokey, but I have one. All right. So we'll get this fully loaded. All right. So if I click that again, it just takes us back to that menu. However, what you can do is unhook the trailer, put it in gear, and then hook the trailer up again. Hokey. Hokey. Let's pull up here a little bit, and then we're going to take a look and see where we can get the best price for this here canola. And it will be... where is canola? Where is canola? Here. Is it not? Yeah, that's canola. Let me just confirm, because where is cotton? There's cotton. Okay. They look sort of similar. $6.21 at the dairy whole stores. $6.18... Sandy Bay Dock. Dairy whole stores. Where is that? Dairy whole stores. That is... Okay, that's our... Give me a little movement here. That's our regular place that we've been going. Okay. Here we go. Time, 11 minutes. Yeah, going to be a short video today. What can you do? Next video, we'll skip forward a couple days. We'll sell some silage. And then after that, I don't know, maybe skip winter and just take us forward to spring. I wanted to get maybe a beef operation going. We could do that depending on how much money we get for this canola. I mean, we'll have to buy the beef farm, and that will be expensive. So we'll see. We'll just play it by ear, as we do. All right, so down the hill, carefully. And then we'll pull this thing into that little courtyard. Yeah, I think we want to pull in, even though we have traffic turned off. I would think we want to pull in and get off the road and then do our, we need to turn around. Let's turn around inside that yard rather than trying to back in from the street. All right, carefully. Try to get on the right side of the road here. Controls have and continue to be extremely sensitive. And as many times as I've tried to back that sensitivity down in every menu that I can find, I do still feel like I'm mouse and keyboard, even though I'm on a gamepad. Don't know where the source of that sensitivity is coming from. Oh. Yep. Very dicey. It's a little bit better when you're going slow, of course. It is, I mean, maybe it's just as simple as that. Maybe the speed, the steering is not speed sensitive. So the steering remains equally sensitive as you go faster and faster. And as in real life, the faster you go, the less steering input you need to achieve quite a big result. So who knows? Just something to be careful about. There is also a speed camera down here. Other side of these trees. Yeah, there it is. And we don't want to get dinged, so it all works out. All right. Right through here. Carefully. Yeah, I'm getting a little complacent about that because we have traffic turned off. I'm spending a lot of time over that white line. Not super realistic. Not cool. Not cool. All right. We make a right here. Oh, if we can get it slowed down. We make a right here. And then we'll make another one into this courtyard. Is that correct? Yep. Swing it a little wide. And we'll see where our grate is. Can we pull through? Oh yeah, we can pull through on that. So we're at 17,000, we'll call it 400 just to keep the math easy. 17,400. Let's see how we do. Already I can see we're not doing bad. We should get about 36 grand, should we not? 60,000 at 600. 36,658. Beautiful. Let's close our door here. Sir? Let's close our door here. There it goes. And brake is set, so we'll hop out. And yeah, short video, but let's call it right there. Let's call it right there. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Sandy Bay, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.